Once again, Trump orange camera settings, but it is what it is. Hello everyone, welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Once again, it's 12 a.m. and I'm recording a video for you guys. Nah, man, I'm on a roll like eggs and Chinese food. Y'all gotta hit the like button. Hook a brother up, man. Let's get these likes up. Pay your taxes around here. So, Declan Rice not coming to Bayern because he's not so nice. Hate that guy. That dentist-needing British mother zucker, man. How dare he reject us and go to Arsenal for 120 million, despite the fact that he's mid. This guy is mid, man. Anyways, so what's going on at Bayern is that we still need a DM. And I feel it's my obligation as the Magnus Carlsen of football, the genius ball knowledge, to bless you with my ball knowledge, with options. Declan Rice isn't coming, so who do we got? That's the question. Who do we have? And I have the answers. I'm always saving the day. I'm always saving our board. Oh, we need a right back. Boom, Mazraoui, Ajax, free signing. That was all my idea, right? You know, Elon was like, oh, I want to create a car company, but I can't compete with Ford and Toyota. Boom, electric cars. My idea, bro. The people at ChatGPT were like, oh, we want a way to Google, but not Google with like AI. And I was like, boom, ChatGPT. Bro, it was all my idea. I'm the soldier boy of ideas. I came up with it first. So, let's get into this. This is going to work very smoothly, like cocoa butter on a black person. It's going to be a smooth interface here. So, boys, hit the like button. I have 4 players. 4 midfielders, different levels, different parts of their careers. A lot of them are 23, but one of them is super young. You've probably never heard of him before, but this is the show. We figure it out. So, our budget is as follows. 150 million. Let's just say 100 of that goes to Kane. And we got like 50 million to spend. The Lucas Hernandez deal doesn't count because we already bought a center back. So despite the fact that we made money, we spent it. So it doesn't add to our budget. The Kyle Walker Pavard thing, City might end up, giving us an extra 15 million, which could be tacked onto the budget, but I'm not counting that. So we have a very limited budget. We're going to have to try to make this work. One of the signings I'm going to ask us to make might be adding, budget. We might need to borrow money on some Barcelona business, Borrow some money. Anyways, let's get into this. So, you guys are probably expecting some crazy names, but we're going to start off with someone that I believe is the least relevant player in this entire list. And this is a player from the Eredivisie. Boom, boom, boom. Mats Wieffer. Now, I first heard of this name from a Twitter account named The Augustus, a really good Twitter account. And he said, what if Bayern signed Mats Wieffer for DM? And, of course, I was desperate, so I started looking into who Mats Wieffer was, because, this is a big name, and I trust Der Augustus' ball knowledge. Well, it turns out, Mats Wieffer is a 23-year-old Dutchman who kind of just sprung into the scene. And he burst onto the scene like Micah Richards. He's a midfielder, a Dutch midfielder. And you look at his strengths. Now, this is the Eredivisie, so these are inflated numbers, like the Kardashians' body parts. Inflated, booty inflated, breast inflated, all that inflation. Like the US dollar. But Wieffer is apparently very strong. No weaknesses as a player. Good on the ball. Good in defense. Very disciplined. And let's check out what Wieffer is about. Because this wouldn't make sense if I didn't play highlights. We need highlights, man. I'm not going to sit here and play an entire game. 45 minutes. Let's see how good he is. No. We're going to play a 2-minute highlight and see his general style of play. So, Wieffer receives the ball, edge of the box. This is DM territory, Most DMs will receive the ball around here. Good DMs, at least. So he's already receiving the ball like he's coming on. You see how there's already players in the box? It means he had to understand the situation. So game intelligence already showing, and he knew he had to make himself open. He has a few options. He could cross it in, back post. He could try to, pass it back and then run in for a header. I don't know. But he chooses to go in and shoot, and the goalkeeper saves it. But it's the intention that counts. Again, DM territory, and what a shot. This looks like something Rodri would do. Jeez, the power on that. Hulk from Brazil. Again, DM territory. And he follows his run, which is good. And I think that's a cross from him. And, really aware of the space around him. I believe this is a Champions League game. Good tackle. You guys can't even see these things because my face cam is so damn big, bruh. But I can't. Chat. Hold on. I think I could do this. Nope. Yeah. This is better. Yeah. So, we're watching. All right. You see him get the ball and pass it. I'm looking for defensive highlights. Okay. You see him just kind of, dispossess, read the game, make a tackle, break up play. That's what you want in your DM. What I'm noticing from Wieffer is he's extremely comfortable on the ball. The nuances of his play are really good. And number 20 there, combative. That's what you want. He got the tackle through, won the ball, but didn't keep it and went back for the second challenge. Again, he comes in as a third leg, basically, right? While his teammates are trying to press, guess who comes in? He's keeping tight on this marker, on this man right here. And as soon as he sees an opportunity to pounce, he does, wins his team the ball, and doesn't go running forward because he understands his position. Again, just carrying the ball through midfield. This video might be a little bit longer, guys, but bear with me. This is really important stuff. Again, tackle, good positioning, and he's out at right back, meaning that was probably a counterattack. He receives the ball, simple, passes it to his teammate, and the passing is there, guys, the passing. He's a Dutch player, total football, complete football, man. Again, good play from him. He just comes in, uses that body. He's 6'2", really tall guy, uses his body very well. He's not, built like a Tchouameni with just an extravagant amount of muscle, but he uses his body really well. Again, great use of his body, turns, takes the foul, because if he tries to play through that could be a dangerous situation if he doesn't keep the ball. And again, very technical. You're seeing it right here. Very, very technical. Very comfortable in possession. So this is Mats Wieffer. The defensive aspects of his game, just so you know, are good. The fundamentals are there. Again, you see where he's tackling. Midfielders and DMs are very different. A normal midfielder's tackle is like them recovering. But a DM's tackle is him reading the game and making a critical intervention at a very critical time. Watch Casemiro and you understand what I'm talking about. Again, combative. That's what you want. You want a fighter in there. And again, he just arrives, makes the pass, and Feyenoord score a goal. And in midfield, very comfortable, getting pressed. This is a player you would love in a Champions League game of high magnitudes with lots of pressure coming in from your opponent. So that's Mats Wieffer. He is a big name in here. And now I'm going to go to someone that most of you probably already know if you follow European football beyond the top 5 leagues. Florentino Luis. So not Florentino Perez, that's the Real Madrid president, but Florentino Luis is a young 23-year-old DM, same as Mats Wieffer, both 23, at Benfica. I think he just turned 23 as well. So, last time I looked at him, he was only like 12. Oh no, he's going to turn 24. Jeez, okay. Well, there's no data here because I don't think Who Scored covers the league, Liga NOS. But let's watch a little bit of him because he had a nice season. A lot of people were talking about him. And I want you guys to see for yourself what he's about. Now, he's a little bit skinny. He is 6 foot. And this is a big criteria for me. I need you to be tall, bro. You can't be short around here. We don't need no Kevin Hart's in midfield. No Jan Summers in midfield. No shorties. Only shorties I want are women. So you can see he's very combative, and he loves to just get involved in that tackle and break legs. That's a good tackle right there. The defensive aspects of his game, you can see, are polished, and he loves to defend. He loves the concept of winning the ball back. He is a ball winner. You can tell by his play style he's going to be in a lot of duels. But the question is, on the ball, is he good enough? That's the question. Because defensively, you could have a really perfect player, but on the ball, they're clunky, and they don't keep it simple, and they lose the ball, and their defensive accolades mean nothing if they're constantly losing the ball and conceding counterattacks and endangering the back line when their entire purpose is to protect the back line. This is a really good challenge here. He comes in, and this is no easy player. I believe that's Neymar or Nuno Mendes. I'm not exactly sure, but this is a good player. This is a good run. This player probably got through a few challenges. That's why he's a little bit out of balance, right? He got through one challenge. He's going. Mbappe's making a run. It's a dangerous attack. I mean, Otamendi here has a decision to make. Does he come in closer? But if he does, there's space that Mbappe could run into, and we know Kylian Mbappe is that fast. And a simple pass like this could be extremely dangerous. Or just a layoff to Messi, who will probably first time that right into Mbappe's feet because he has the technical ability to do it. So this is a dangerous counterattack, but a good DM understands the situation and finds the exact moment he needs to put in a challenge. And he does it, and the beautiful thing is he doesn't try to do anything crazy, he just tries to kick it to red shirts, and that's smart. Again, this is good positioning. Do you see where your DM is supposed to be? Now, it could be a double pivot, so it could be him and him in midfield, but your DM should ideally always be oriented towards the ball side. He should be tracking these runners in between the half spaces, and that's a problem Bayern have. Sometimes we don't know who's supposed to track a runner if they go into this space. So this is important that you have a DM here who's willing to cover a run into that space and even risk a penalty. Damn, I thought he tackled them, but that was a penalty in my opinion. I mean, it'd be a penalty if VAR existed. I don't know if it exists in this league. I don't know why it wouldn't. But again, good tackle, keeps his team probably was attacking, lost the ball, and this is, again, really good. They lost the ball, and he recovered and got them going again. But great positioning. So what probably happened is this player received the ball here, and he's running in. And again, this is where intelligence comes in. He has to understand where the space this player is trying to exploit is. Because if he gets in here and he's comfortable with 4 players around him, this guy can make a run. This guy can, come in and this guy makes a run. Or this guy can, run here and this guy runs here and there's a simple pass. So there's danger. It's crazy how, one frame later, the picture is different. Like this passing option is no longer an option because you have a DM who just covered that space by his mere body, by just being there. And he makes a tackle, keeps the ball for his team. Excellent challenge. Again, he went out wide there. So you guys are seeing what he's good at, right? And again, this is good positioning. I imagine this was sort of a counterattack, or maybe the other team built through their press, but he understands I need to be here in this space covering this, because if I don't, this guy can touch the ball and all of a sudden there's a bunch of threats like him shooting here, or possibly his teammate making the run, or I don't know, maybe he goes down the byline and tries to make a cross, but good tackle. And the best tackles are the ones you really don't see coming. And again, look at that simple pass, and he that's a tactical foul. That's a good foul there. And again, this is good. Make those tackles that make them scared of you. That's how you kind of take confidence away from really technical players. That's why you see Casemiro just so successful in big games, because he'll make one or two tackles. One of them's going to get him a yellow card, but it leaves something on them. Again, this is important. He sees an opportunity with a heavy first touch, and he pushes himself to get there first. Okay, on the ball, not terrible, not exactly terrible. Now, the problem here is this guy's probably inflated because of these highlights. But I can only give you the option and show you what I can show you. I don't watch this league. I don't watch Benfica. And if I do, it's probably a big Champions League game. But I don't think I watched a single full Benfica game last season, because there weren't games that I really got interested in. But I do want to say, highlights aren't terrible when it comes to just viewing simple things like, how combative of a player are they? I think highlights are good for players that play specific positions. Like, you couldn't use a highlight to judge an attacker, because, you're just going to see him score goals and win 1v1s. But if you see consistency in how he makes his tackles, how he passes the ball, and the decision making, you can kind of tell, oh, this is a good DM, this is a bad DM. Yeah, you watch a Thiago Alcantara highlight, you don't need to watch a game of him to understand that he's making the same moves over and over again, and he's just understanding the game the same. So he's good. Good tackle there. So he is combative. That's what you want to see. He's, out of the options that I'm looking at so far, he's probably the least capable on the ball, and he's the most combative. Like, he's in there 5 tackles just to get it. Look, he's probably going to run back and tackle again. That's not a bad pass at all. Receiving the ball, oh man, good technique there. And again, that's Neymar. These are not easy opponents. So again, that's another thing with highlights. Look at the level of opponents. I believe that's Juventus. And this shows me he's willing to, or he has the capability to perform in games of high magnitude. So that was Florentino Luis. And now I'm going to show you guys someone you hear a lot, Aurélien Tchouameni. Okay, let me go back. Mats Wieffer would probably cost us 20 mil. He's not expensive. He's a relatively new player, so he could flop. I don't think Feyenoord would have a right to be charging us a ludicrous amount. But if they did try to go higher, I'd imagine we sign him for a maximum of 35 million. That's maximum, right? But a low of like 20. Florentino Luis, 50 million, because it's Benfica. They're going to be difficult to do business with, because they always are. All these Portuguese clubs, when they buy players, they're stingy motherfuckers. But as soon as they're selling them, you're going to need to cut out your hand, because you're going to be left with nothing at the end of the negotiation. So Aurélien Tchouameni, let me just start off with his price and the possibility of getting him. He is my dream. When I say that, I mean it. If we could spend 100 million on Tchouameni, we would. And speaking of our budget, we don't have money to spend like that. We have 150 million. Kane's going to cost 100, and you're thinking 50 million for a DM. And Kyle Walker to Bayern raises a little bit of money because we send Pavard the other way, and that's a little bit of extra money. But Tchouameni would cost you well over 100 million. I think he'd be like 120, 110. And I think he's worth it, because this is a player that's going to last for 10 plus years at the club he's going to. And he is a world-class player in his position. Madrid paid 80 million for him, so they're well within their right to demand money for him. This guy's also a World Cup finalist. He played a big part in France's run. Look, Tchouameni is the number one target for everyone that wants a DM. He's way better than Declan Rice, and he's better for value for money, because he's just a generally more complete footballer. And you see why with the first clip. Do you see this? He misses an opportunity to get the ball back, but the anticipation and the determination to immediately know this guy's going to lay it off to him, and he sticks his foot out, keeps the ball for his team, no foul. Pass, it's going to be right into Coman's feet, so the passing is there. He's not like a lanky guy. The passing is superb from deep positions. His understanding of in between the line passing, the best kind of passes are passes that could reach two players or do reach two players. So, yeah, his passing is passing for him. Long ball, you can see it, perfect, accurate. Did Carvajal have to move there? Did he have to stretch out his leg? Nope, because the quality of the pass was perfect. The weighted pass was great. And again, do you see that interception? He understands, okay, I got the wrong side of him, but I can't let this pass go through here because my right back is following this guy, right? That was the opponent's plan the entire time. But he knows that, uses his pace, and cuts it out. And his team keeps the ball. And again, protect the back line. He gets the ball, or just clicks it out of the way, receives it, and the first touch is everything. He knows, okay, I need to touch this to the point where I can keep it and keep it away from the opponent, and he did that. And again, great tackle. Not a single question about that. And bullying, right? He just bullied Gavi right there, and that's beautiful. Comes in behind, keeps everything. It's so smooth what he does. Just keeps the attack or the back line secured, that touch, and sends it to Vinicius, no problem. And he knows I need to use my body here because if I send in my leg, it might not work out the way I want. And he gets up, gets on with it because he understands his team is counterattacking now, and he doesn't want to waste time. And see, look at that. That's called an interception. When you see these guys calling anything an interception, he sees, oh my gosh, Timo Werner's preparing his body to shoot. I'm going to reach my leg out, and boom. That's world class right there. And now his team is in a great counterattacking situation with a good pass. He receives the ball. Any player that does this is a bowler because this is game awareness. He knows this guy's coming in. He's coming in front of me. But I'm going to get to this ball. But first, I'm going to protect the ball, make sure he doesn't get across me. And then I'm going to use my back leg to roll it and then turn. Bruh, that's genius right there. These are the little things that make a difference in the big games. And again, he doesn't need to do much. Just comes in, recovers. And where does he come out of? Nowhere. That's excellent. Remember when Thiago used to do that for us? Just come out of nowhere, stop the counterattack. And again, outside the box, shot, goal. Telling you, this guy's complete as a midfielder, but he's a world-class DM. He could theoretically be like a Paul Pogba, where he tries things in the attack. But I think the best way to use him is obviously a lone DM because he has the intelligence to achieve that role. And again, he knows what's happening, and he makes a really accurate tackle. Tackling is an art. Look how he tackles, and his team gets the ball, and it's like a pass, basically. When he tackles, you feel like the ball's getting passed to a teammate, or he's sticking it to himself. Again, what a freaking intelligent pass. And I believe that goal stood. And just keeping his leg there, staying on the man, that might be a foul, but he uses his body really well. And see how he just bombards someone? He leaves something on them to tell them, hey, next time, try me again. So this is Aurélien Tchouameni. We're not going to watch this whole thing because you guys already understand this guy's quality. I mean, okay, let's watch this one clip. What's the threat here? The threat is this pass and maybe a turn and this guy laying it off. So the threat is this guy getting the ball. What's Tchouameni's job? His job is to protect the space that this guy could attack by cutting out the passing. You're going to watch. Exactly. Boom. He cuts it out. What would have happened if he was like, kind of like our midfielders, like Goretzka. What would have happened if he just let this pass happen? Well, then this guy's going to turn because, Militao is kind of just walking. Maybe because he feels secure knowing Tchouameni reads this. But I don't know if you guys can see this. This is a threat. This is a big threat. Because look where Camavinga is. I'm going to show you where Camavinga is. And then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Do you see where Camavinga is? If Camavinga was like here, then this is no threat. Sorry, you can't even see. But if he was like behind Tchouameni and in front of Rudiger, that would be no threat. But Camavinga's in front of him, which means Tchouameni has to make this intervention. Because if he doesn't, this guy's going to touch the ball and hold it. He could pass it out wide, and there's going to be runners all over. So he's lucky that the pass was a little bit wayward, but I think if the pass was perfect, it'd be the same result. Again, look at the pass, man. The weight on that, just perfect. The weight of that's what I mean. This guy could literally just be Pogba. He could, because he just has the skill set to do anything he wants in midfield. That's what you really want in a DM. Someone that's so complete at footballing, but also so determined at defending. Again, these aren't easy opponents. This is Man City he's doing this to. This is England. This is Croatia. And that's perfect. That guy was going to turn. He got his leg in there. So, intelligence. I could watch this guy all day. Last but not least, probably a name you've never heard of. And it's funny because his first clip is against us in preseason for Salzburg, Lucas Gourna-Douath. This guy is a player at Salzburg. Everyone I mentioned so far, Wieffer, Tchouameni, and Florentino Luis, they're all 23. This is the youngest guy in here, Lucas Gourna-Douath. He's 19. His play style, I would say, is super similar to Tchouameni, not just because he's French and black, but because of the way he sees the game. Now, you'll watch him kind of make a run and pass that ball, but so you see what I mean by similar to Tchouameni, sticks his leg out, very tall, both the same height, 6'2", and you see that as well. On the ball, perfect, or for a DM, right? Just mobile. And this is AC Milan, right? So he wins the ball back and he pushes forward. He wins the ball back and he pushes forward. This is a terrible highlight, but it's to prove that his ball playing capabilities are there. And again, he wins the foul. Good touch. That's all you needed there. Good touch, take the foul. So he protects the ball really well, and he keeps it and keeps the game very simple. And that's an assist, I believe, or a goal. Yeah, it's an assist. So awareness. That's what you need in a player like this. So he understands there's a long shot coming. Block. Wait, no, it's him shooting. Oh my gosh, I thought he was the other dude. But good touch, and the shot power is there. But the positioning is the most important thing in all of that, because he's just aware of where he needed to be to get involved in the attack. People have this narrative that DMs need to just stay back, like FIFA, like stay back while attacking. No, you come in when your team has no passing options because everyone's already in the box, and you cause disruption by staying on the edge of the box like Rodri. That's what you do. And then if you lose the ball, you're the first guy to read the counter-attacking threats and get in position. That was a little bit of a wayward moment. That's a foul, obviously. But what you see in him is simplicity, right? He'll come in out of nowhere, which is the best kind of DM that just comes. You just see his long leg just pop out. But he under pressure. Right, this is under pressure. He knows how to win the foul. He knows how to use his body, and that pass probably went through. It wouldn't make it to the highlight in any other sense. But again, lots of combativeness. He just sends out his long leg, tackle, right? He receives the ball, doesn't try to do too much, sees there's an opportunity to win it back, just wins it and runs. And he keeps it there, gets fouled. But you see this guy, he's just a younger version of Tchouameni who needs way more game time. So this is Salzburg's most expensive signing. And Salzburg, no difference at all. Red Bull, really. Red Bull doesn't spend money on players with that kind of money unless they understand that player has a big future. So what you're seeing is a player they believe could be worth 80 million in the future. And I believe next season and the season after, if he keeps up his form, this guy performed really well against Chelsea. He used his strength. I think we should probably go ahead and check that out, because we did watch him on stream. And yeah, Chelsea wanted him, right? So look at that tackle, just using his body really well. Again, just powering through and passing that. Again, using his body. That's what I mean when I say Tchouameni like. That pass over the top, perfect. His teammate didn't need to do much. We already saw that. Pass over the top, a little bit wayward, but it gets the job done. Some of these are like replays because we're watching a different highlight, but you see it, just sticking his leg out, no fuss, and then, just keeping the game simple after he wins the ball back. This is what I mean when I say he is extremely similar to Tchouameni, and with a few more years of polishing, he could really be that guy. And I think Bayern would be making a mistake not to even consider this guy's name. Right? The strength is there, the physicality is already there. He just needs to hone in all the skills against Chelsea. You see that using his body well, wins the foul, tackle, win the ball. Like, he can do it all. And he made a mistake. He understood that, but it's the relentlessness. And that's what you want in a DM. Someone relentless. And just simple back pass to his goalkeeper. And AC Milan again, winning the ball. And knowing when to take a foul. So, guys, that's the video. No, we got more. So, with these 4 players, I thought it'd be interesting to compare them, to see who's better at what. And look, we have to add context here. These are very similar players, and that's the reason you're seeing these stats the way you're seeing them. And let's go ahead and read off the stats. So they're all 20. 3 of them are 23. One of them is 19. Duel percentage, meaning duels won. Like if they went into 10 duels, what's the percentage that they win? Gourna-Douath has the lowest amount, which tells me he needs way more training. He's the youngest, right? But Tchouameni has a 90% duel win percentage. He's the best when it comes to winning duels. Maybe because he's in less duels because he plays for Real Madrid. You also have to add that kind of context into stats like this, right? And Gourna-Douath plays for Salzburg. He's in way more duels than everyone else. Because look at his defensive actions. The more duels you're in, the more you're bound to, lose more, right? But if he was in less duels in a more possession-based team like Bayern, I would imagine the duel winning percentage goes up because he's in less duels overall. So Matt Wieffer, 81%. Defensive actions, 98. That's the impressive thing here. Progressive carries, meaning when he takes the ball and he moves it forward, that's a very good amount. That's the second most behind Gourna-Douath on this list. This is good for a DM. It means they're comfortable on the ball, especially while getting pressed, because progressive carries means someone was pressing you and you carried it forward. That's what it means. Forward passes, they're all kind of equal. If you look at Kimmich, let's just add Joshua Kimmich into this. His forward passing, it's not as high as I would have thought. It's really not. But do you see defensive actions? Just Kimmich having this number makes this whole thing so different. All right, Kimmich's really confusing me because he's lower on some of these stats. You see the key passes, way more key passes. Forward passes, they're all kind of similar. Progressive carries is a terrible number for Florentino Luis. I don't know if that's because he plays for Benfica or the role he has been given, but he's really bad at this role, which kind of adds way more context into their play styles. Maybe he's just not good at. We saw it. He's not the cleanest on the ball, not the most comfortable, but you saw the other 3. I think Matt Wieffer looked the most comfortable on the ball. Looked like the guy to make impossible passes. Tchouameni equally looked the same, but you saw Wieffer do things like. Okay, so we are supposed to measure the fact that this guy plays for Real Madrid because Tchouameni's defensive actions are lower. His duels are way higher than everyone else, which makes sense because he's in way less duels, and the duels he does get into, he probably wins, which makes sense. Okay. Anyways, let's keep going through. Forward pass percentage. Now, this measures the quality of their passes. I would imagine this number is so low for Gourna-Douath because he plays for Salzburg. That's where you got to add context. And Salzburg are basically Leipzig, but not Leipzig, where they just pass 2 feet, right? In between the lines, zigzag. It's just forward, forward, forward. So, of course, with more forward passes attempted, I would imagine a lower completion rate. So, or is this saying the percentage of their overall passes that are going forward? So, are you saying 76% of Matt Wieffer's passes go forward? Are you saying 99? Okay, that's not true. I think it's the completion rate. And Tchouameni is winning everywhere. And then forward passes percentage for Florentino Luis. And you got to realize these guys are playing for Real Madrid and Benfica, biggest teams in their leagues. Feyenoord is a different kind of team, and Salzburg is a different kind of system. Key passes, you see 75 here. That's a lot of key passes, followed by Tchouameni, and our boy is last, Gourna-Douath. Progressive passes, you kind of see what's going on, minutes played. And, right, now let's look at this chart overall. Knowing that Salzburg, the guy with the lowest key passes, I wouldn't say he's bad on the ball because you see his carrying stats, way, they're in line. I'd say it's the kind of team they play in. But if I had to rank these guys, it would be Tchouameni 1, and you get you have a few supplementary options like Paulinho, the 27-year-old from Fulham, who isn't bad at all. He's not bad. I just say he's not the kind of player I think Bayern would want overall. You could go with a Vinicius Sosar. Let's add in a Duarte in here, and you kind of start to see a little bit of deviation. Vinicius Sosar is a player I don't hate. I like him. I like what he's about, but he's the least competent on the ball overall. So you wouldn't want to sign him because he would look uncomfortable on the ball. I don't know why I put Duarte in here. I don't even know who that is. But you guys get it? Do you understand what I'm going at here? Ideally, you just want Matt Wieffer because he's complete in every department, and he has the potential to reach Tchouameni. Tchouameni's blue, and you see where Tchouameni's at. Just almost perfect at everything, right? Just where he needs to be for the team he plays for, and I think overall Bayern should have Tchouameni number 1. They should buy Gourna-Douath and get Matt Wieffer. We could buy 2 of them. Gourna-Douath wouldn't cost too much. I think his market value, Salzburg would want like 40 million, right? So you sign him for 40 million, sign Wieffer for 20, 60 million on a DM. That can happen. And I think Gourna-Douath's the future. Wieffer's like the now, and I know it sounds crazy, but that's the kind of risk I'm willing to take as head coach. Anyways, long video, 40 minutes in. Hit the like button if you haven't. I'm tired, man. I gotta go to sleep, chat. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia, and peace.